There was once a parent, let's call her Maya, who couldn't remember the last time she'd slept for more than 2 hours straight. Every night was the same. She'd feed her 3-month-old daughter Emma, rock her gently until her tiny eyelids fluttered closed, and carefully, so carefully, lower her into the crib. And every night, without fail, Emma's eyes would snap open the moment her back touched the mattress. The crying would start, and Maya would begin again. "I'm doing everything right," Maya whispered to herself at 2 in the morning, bouncing Emma for the 47th time that night. So why won't she sleep? If you've ever asked yourself that same question, this story is for you. Maya had read all the books. She'd joined the Facebook groups. She'd watched the videos and listened to the podcasts while pacing her living room at 3 in the morning. She was doing everything the experts said, feeding on demand, creating a calm environment, using white noise, following wake windows, or at least she thought she was, but nothing seemed to work consistently. One night, Emma would sleep for a glorious 3-hour stretch, and Maya would think, "Finally, we've figured it out." The next night, Emma would be awake every 45 minutes, and Maya would be back to square one. Her partner tried to help. "Maybe she's not tired yet," he'd suggest when Emma fought to sleep for an hour. So Maya would keep Emma up longer. Surely, if she was more tired, she'd sleep better, right? Wrong. On those nights, Emma would cry harder, take longer to fall asleep, and wake up even more frequently. It made no sense. Maya began to dread bedtime. The anxiety would start building around 6 in the evening. Her shoulders would tense, her jaw would clench, and Emma, sensitive to her mother's stress, would become fussier too. "I can't do this anymore," Maya cried one night, sitting on the nursery floor at 4 in the morning. "I'm so tired I can barely think straight. What am I doing wrong?" The next morning, exhausted and desperate, Maya called her friend Sophie, a parent who somehow seemed to have this whole baby sleep thing figured out. "I don't understand," Maya said, her voice shaking. "I'm doing everything right, but Emma still won't sleep." Sophie was quiet for a moment. Then she asked, "Can I tell you about the mistakes I was making? The ones I didn't even know I was making?" Maya grabbed a notebook. "The first thing," Sophie said gently, "is that you might be missing Emma's sleep window." "Her what?" "Babies this age can only stay awake for about an hour, maybe 90 minutes max. After that, their bodies release stress hormones that make it harder for them to fall asleep, not easier." Maya thought about all those nights she'd kept Emma up just a little longer, hoping she'd be more tired. "So when I keep her up longer because she's fighting sleep?" Maya started. "You're making it worse," Sophie finished. "She's not fighting sleep because she's not tired. She's fighting it because she's overtired." Maya felt something click into place. "What else?" "You're creating sleep associations without realizing it," Sophie explained. "Emma falls asleep in your arms, right? While you're rocking her? Every time. So when she naturally wakes up between sleep cycles, which all babies do, she needs those exact same conditions to fall back asleep. Your arms, your movement. That's why she wakes up the second you put her down." Maya had never thought of it that way. It wasn't magic. It wasn't perfect. Emma didn't suddenly sleep through the night, but things changed. Over the next week, Maya learned to read Emma's early sleep cues. The first yawn, the slight reddening of her eyebrows, the way she'd stare off into space. These were her signals, and Maya had been missing them. She created consistency. Same white noise, same darkness, even for naps, same sleep sack, same routine every single time. She learned to distinguish between Emma's different cries, the hungry cry, the overtired cry, the "I'm just transitioning between sleep cycles" sounds that didn't actually need intervention. Most importantly, she learned to pause. When Emma made sounds at night, Maya would wait 30 seconds before going in. More often than not, Emma would settle herself back down. The first time Emma slept for 4 hours straight, Maya woke up in a panic, convinced something was wrong. She checked the monitor. Emma was fine, just sleeping. Maya had almost forgotten what 4 hours of uninterrupted sleep felt like. By the end of the second week, Maya's anxiety around bedtime had disappeared. She knew what to do. She understood the pattern, and Emma, responding to her mother's newfound confidence, became calmer too. One evening, Maya's partner found her standing in the nursery doorway, watching Emma sleep. "You figured it out," he said softly. Maya shook her head. "I stopped making mistakes I didn't know I was making. That's different." She thought about all those nights of frustration, wondering why nothing worked. The answer had been so simple. She wasn't doing everything wrong. She was just missing the small things that made all the difference. The invisible sleep window that closed so quickly, the unintentional associations she'd created, the inconsistent environment, the too quick responses that prevented Emma from learning to self-soothe. None of it was obvious. None of it was her fault. She just didn't know. But now she did. "The hardest part," Maya said, still watching her daughter sleep peacefully, "was realizing that more tired doesn't mean better sleep, that helping doesn't always mean picking up, that sometimes the best thing I can do is pause." Her partner put his arm around her. "You're a good parent, you know that." Maya smiled. "I'm a parent who finally gets sleep. That's good enough for me." If you're Maya right now, exhausted, confused, doing everything right but getting nowhere, I want you to know something. You're not failing. You're just missing information. Watch for your baby's sleep window. It's shorter than you think, usually 45 to 90 minutes for newborns. The first yawn is your cue, not the third. Put your baby down drowsy but awake. Yes, it feels wrong. Do it anyway. Create consistency everywhere. Same darkness, same sounds, same routine, every time. And pause before you respond. 30 seconds, that's all. Give your baby the chance to settle themselves. These aren't big changes. They're tiny shifts that create massive results. Maya's story could be your story, starting tonight. Sweet dreams.